Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Shimona, and welcome to how I made 15 million gold in 10 days on BFA launch. Um, just to save you some time, it was through darkmoon cards. That's literally it. If you know how that works, then thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, but I'm going to get into it more if you'd like to stick around. Here are my stats. We made 15.65 million gold. The average gold earned per day is 1.3. So if you do the math on that, it's approximately 12, 13 days. And you can see here gold looted 3.5, quest rewards 19k, and gold earned from auctions 15.6 mil. So majority of it was from auctions. What this doesn't state though is I've sold probably 2 or 3 million gold worth of decks through trades as well as some other items, and my concern is that that actually wasn't recorded here. So it's more around 18 million, but yeah. This is a fresh account, so these stats are from 13 mil, that's approximately 12 days ago. So I created this account this 1 week, and then you've got 12. I made it the day after BFA launch. Yeah, I can go here to character, or yeah, level. So I boosted it up to 110 on the 13th. I hit 120 the next day on the 14th, and yeah. The idea for darkmoon cards, I mean, I knew from the bat, like as soon as I reached this island and I figured out, how you get exposed to them, and then I, went to the inscription vendor. I mean, usually darkmoon cards are locked behind a daily cooldown, and this expansion they didn't make it a daily cooldown, so you can mass produce these cards from day one. But what I didn't know is that darkmoon cards, when you put them together, it actually just makes a trinket. I thought that when you make a darkmoon deck, you actually had to go turn it into the darkmoon fair, and the darkmoon fair didn't start till September 2nd. So I didn't actually start farming darkmoon cards till about Thursday or Friday, and that's like the first day I saw some guy in trade chat selling the darkmoon trinket, and I was like, holy crap, you can actually make those now. And so ever since then I've just been mass producing them. One other stat I want to take a look at is professions. That's not stats. Skills, professions. Where is it? Is it just under skills? There is a epic items crafted. I don't actually know where that is. Sorry. Here we go. Epic items acquired, 162. I've got some epic items on my character already, so this counts for maybe about 10, and then I've gotten some from extras. So I've acquired about 20 epic items just from my gear, but the rest of that is all darkmoon decks. I made approximately 140 darkmoon decks. Now, not all of these were from scratch. Actually, at the moment, to this day, today's the 26th, I'm actually still just making darkmoon decks for about 10-15k flip. I just buy the cards, sell the deck, all that kind of stuff, and they're still selling, and it's free money. Why not do it? But yeah, so how I want to kind of give you an idea of my net worth. So statistics show that I made 15 million gold, almost 16 million gold, but it doesn't prove that I profited that much. So to look at our profit, we have to look at how much our net worth is right now. The net worth was exactly 10 million, and so I brought a Brutosaur, that's 5 million. I bought a woolly white rhino because I was transferring servers and I had too much gold. So that's 2.5. We're already at 7.5. And then we've got a lot of other things. We've got the Jeweled Onyx Panther, we got the 1.5 mil, just the 1.5 mil plus the woolly white rhino and the Brutosaur, that puts us up to 9 mil. And we have an auction house value of about 4.5 mil. So I mean, we've got well over 10 million gold net worth. I'd say it's about 11 million exactly, but yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy week. So, like I said, I started on the Thursday making cards. Let's talk about how you make the cards. So, to get Expulsum, you have to use the scrapper. And let me go ahead and open this up again while it freezes my game. I calculated that you get one Expulsum per 3 to 5 gear you scrap. So at the beginning, when this first launched, I was buying. So this was just me adding up how much profit or net worth I have. I was making Expulsum for about 2k per. I was getting an Expulsum every 4 disenchants, and I was paying around 400 to 500 gold for those BOEs. The Viridescent ink, that's let me go ahead here. You needed 10 ink per card, and every time I mass milled herbs, so every stack of 20 herbs, I was getting approximately 2 to 3 to 4 ink. Sometimes I got 7, sometimes I got none, but on average I think it was about 3 or 4. So it took me 60 herbs to get 10 ink. And at the beginning I was paying about 60 gold per herb, and so 3600 gold, since 3 stacks, 60 herbs times 60 gold, 3600 gold per 10 ink. So I was spending about 5600 per card on average. It took about 8 cards a deck, so I mean it was costing me around 54k to make a deck, and this was when decks were going for 200 to 400k gold each. I was making nearly 160 to almost 360k gold profit per deck, and I was pumping out cards like 100 at a time. I mean, I was making 12 decks every like 3 or 4 hours, and I was just blowing through them. I was selling them through the trade chat. I was posting them on the auction house because I was like on a 50-50 split server, and it was going so good for the Thursday, Friday, and to the Saturday as well. That's when I sold a lot of stuff. And then, Sunday I started to realize that my profits weren't good. Around Sunday, the price had dropped down. Tide decks were probably like 100k each. Squalls were a bit cheaper, maybe 90. Fathoms were still about 250. And I wasn't making as much money as I was before, so I kind of revisited my method, trying to cut costs. And Viridescent ink didn't change. Herb prices dropped a bit, about to 50 gold each. I'm pretty sure I was the reason that they were still so high. I was just buying literally anything under 50 gold each on the auction house, and I was, I had a lot of people just farming me herbs. And they were selling me bulk herbs by the hour. It was great, but so I looked at Expulsum. I was buying green BOEs off the auction house for about 500 gold each. And then I was talking to a buddy of mine who had tailoring, and he could make, let's go ahead and open tailoring. He can make a level 1 or 111 BOE for about 100 gold per. It was actually a bit cheaper because Tide Spray Linen was about 8 gold each. He can make these Tide Spray Linen bracers for about 80 gold each. Item level does have an effect on the rate of Expulsum. So when you make these Tide Spray Linen bracers at 111, your chance to get Expulsum goes from 1 every 3 items to about like 1 every 5 or 6 items. But still, if it takes 6 of these and I'm spending 100 gold each to make them, it's costing me about 600 gold per Expulsum. But it was a bit better than that. I actually calculated, I made so many of these. I probably made over 10,000 of these. I wish there was a tracker for how many darkmoon cards you made and everything, because I made so many. But I calculated it before and I saved the clip. I'm not going to play it, but I have it somewhere saved. I was making Expulsum at about 340 gold per Expulsum. So this dropped my cost per card to 3.5k each, and I was making decks for 30k per deck, and this was the time that Squalls dropped to about 80k, tides and blockades were about 100, 120, and fathoms were still about 200. And I was just pumping them out. You know, I was pumping them out, pumping them out. It was crazy. It actually got to the point where I was out of stuff to make. Like, I was making these tide spray linen bracers. You know, they were tide spray linen had jumped up to about 30, 40 gold each. BOEs on the auction house, I was still buying everything out below like 300 gold. I even, like, tailoring was one profession. I even went into leatherworking, and I was making leatherworking BOEs super cheap. When I first started making them, I probably made about 1,000 bracers for 60 gold each, because the coarse leather ones are expensive. Coarse leather is still about like 10 gold each. It's up 2 gold each now, but back then it was like 16 gold each for the coarse leather. But these shimmer scale arm guards, these shimmer scales were probably 5 silver each. I don't know why they were so cheap, but I bought like 10,000 of these. I mean, this was recently, this purchased order. That was 5 days ago. That was the last time I mass made cards. And then, or no, maybe it was like 4 days ago. And you see these bloodstained bones, I bought them approximately like 4 gold each. These were 8 gold each, but when I started they were 4 gold each. I was making shimmer scale arm guards super cheap, you know, 50 gold each. And so I was making expulsum maybe 200 gold per expulsum. The 500 or the 50 gold per herb, still 60 herbs for the inks. You know, I was making cards almost 3.5k each. It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's literally it. It got to the point where I made so many cards, I had about like 20. I had like 20 of a single card, and you know, I thought, man, I'm never gonna be able to get rid of that. But after, you know, the whole hype died off and there wasn't much big profit, so I stopped making cards. There's still profit in just simply buying the cards, crafting the deck, and then selling the deck. So let's take a look at blockades. I've been doing this for like the past 4 days. I'm making like 10-15k per. Blockades decks are about 50k. The 6 of blockades is really high. You can see at the top, I bought so many of them for about 2k each, all the way up to 9k. But assuming they're like 9k, you're looking at 17.5, 24.5, 30.5, 35 point, or 35, 38, 36k to make a blockade deck, just buying the cards. And then, you know, you sell it for 14k profit, easy. And these decks move fast. You know, I don't even spam the auction house, and they just sell. But that's literally all I've done. I did transfer servers because the server I originally started on was Korgath. It had a raid group, but they didn't want to take me in, so I started looking for a different server to go on. And I transferred over to Stonewall because I had completely. See, I don't want to move because I feel bad. You know, these people are probably here just trying to use my auction house. But you know, I had completely destroyed Korgath's economy, like completely destroyed it. And you know, their decks were down to like 30k each, and there was no profit in making cards. So I swapped to Stonewall. Margins were still good. I probably crafted another, you know, you saw the shimmer scale. Oh crap. Sorry. You saw the shimmer scale and the tide spray. I mean, I probably made another 400 cards while I was on this server. And I actually got rid of all my extras, you know, just from buying these decks and buying the cards and crafting decks and reselling the decks. I have no more extra cards. It's insane. I hope you liked this video. I mean, if you watch this all the way to the end, I thought about this a lot, and you know, obviously I earned that 10 million gold profit, but it kind of feels like I cheated. I took a lot of profit away from other players, but I'm sure there's so many players. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave a comment, and I will, you know, I'll figure out some like random method to give out. If you comment, you'll get a random chance to get this woolly white rhino. I'll choose a random comet in a week. This woolly white rhino is like 2.5 mil. The thing is, you are going to need to get to level 40 if you want to learn it. So if you just want to take it and you want to sell it or just do whatever with it, it's your amount. So you can do whatever with it. I don't care. Just comment something, anything. I would appreciate some feedback. Please check out my other videos. Please subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends. And in a week from today, so what's a week from today? September 2nd. That's when I have a test. Or no, the day after that. My homework is due September 2nd. I will choose a random comment and give away a free woolly white rhino. Alrighty. I hope you enjoyed. Take it easy.